Gold is struggling this Wednesday, but one billionaire investor says markets are overpriced. What does Bubba Horwitz think about Carl Icahn's famed remarks? Bubba joins us today in studio.
It's great to be here, Daniela. I think Carl is doing what Carl does, and that's kind of manipulating the markets a little bit and putting on a position. I think he's probably already has the position on and is looking for a little help from his friends. That's in my opinion.
Well, we will expand on your thoughts, Bubba. But first, let's look at what's happening in gold. It's the same old story. It's a stronger U.S. dollar weighing on the metal here. Has your bullish sentiment towards the metal now changed?
No, I think that gold still looks really solid. Again, if we look at it from a purely technical standpoint, look at 1070 was the low we put in. We've now held 1100. We went right to where we talked about 1140. It's where we failed. So we're coming back down here. Look for somewhere around here, or maybe as low as 1100 to hold. You want to be a buyer. You want to be an owner of gold. This is the right time. Again, don't try to outguess it. This is the right time to be in gold.
All right, so let's take a closer look now at Icahn's remarks. He said that the markets are currently overpriced and investors are buying what he calls dangerous securities. What do you make of these remarks?
Well, those are remarks I do agree with. I do think the market is very much overvalued.
Okay.
I do agree with his philosophy.
Okay.
But one of the problems I have in this industry is we have a lot of people that have a strong voice, like Goldman Sachs and other ones like that, Carl Icahn. They've already made the trade. They've made their position. So now they're tweeting it out or they're announcing out what they think, because that's going to help the market, because people tend to follow Goldman Sachs, guys like Carl Icahn. So in my opinion, he's basically manipulating the market, looking for it to sell off.
Okay, so let's look at the global picture here. We have lower oil, we have inflation in Europe. How does gold fit into this? We even have Christine Lagarde, head of the IMF, coming out today saying she sees prolonged periods of commodity suffering here. Do you agree?
I think that we're in a very tough time globally. I think the economy is very weak. But I think the commodities have already priced in pretty much that. Now, could they go lower? Sure, we could go a little bit lower. But I think the risk here is if you're trying to short these commodities down at these levels. I think this is the spot where you want to start buying. When you look at the overall, any chart or any space, when you get too much sell-off or too much rally, at some point it's going to stop. And I think we're at that point right now. I think we look for the commodity space in general to rebound here.
All right, so Bubba, still confident on gold?
Very confident on gold, very confident on silver.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
My pleasure, thanks.
And thank you for watching this edition of the Gold Report. We'll see you tomorrow.